you see, I can't even walk. If it was conventional and I was tilling, I couldn't do it.
No.
This is what is so powerful about the covering.
Right, yeah.
It is
That
awesome.
was
It made it
so
so you could-
attractive
you could-
It's
for
just,
me to this system.
yeah, because it's so simple. And this is what I love, is that every year, you got to go over my garden there. I have rutabagas the size of a softball. I planted by seed the 1st of August, and they were that big the 1st of October. Are you hearing me? And carrots, totally huge. See, things are growing so fast for me. I used to plant my fall garden the middle of June. Now I plant the 1st of August, and they're too big. Things are just so abundant. And you know what's so cool? I'm not doing anything. I'm not working. I'm not fertilizing. This just happens. I love it, man. It's just like, it's like compounding interest when you're just standing back like, whoa. You know, and see, my challenge in my garden, things grow too fast, I have too much, and I can't contain them.
So the chips are your money.
Your mainstay.
I'm telling you, you want to hear something? People come here who are paying attention to what's happening in the world and the economy, and they look at this stuff and says, you know what, that's gold.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, I don't care how much money is in your wallet, if you have no food, you're not going to make it.
That's right.
This will produce food endlessly, with no water. I don't irrigate. See, they can shut off me from everything. Take away all my water, and they're doing it. Take away all your fertilizer, take away all your seed, and I'm good for life, because I have it all here.
When
now, you haven't put chips on here
For 13 years.
Oh, you only
Where
put
are
them
you
on
putting
once?
I'm not putting them anywhere.
Yeah, that's
I don't need to.
because you're
But you
already
only put them
established.
on once.
13 years ago, I did 34 years ago, started with straw and sheep manure. Then I went to wood chips, and then the Washington State Department of Transportation, when I prayed, cleared all the trees along Highway 104 and down 20, and then brought all the chips back to Discovery Bay and dumped them on the road for me. And for the entire summer, every night I took 2 loads home and did my whole orchard 6 inches deep, did my herb garden, and did my whole place here, and I've been good for 13 years. And you know what? This is never going to change. It's never going to turn to that hard pan. And even if I don't put anything back, I'm good. I will, because I want to. It's putting money in the bank, and my kids are going to get something better than I had when I'm done, so I want to invest into their future. But it's just amazing. This is what I love about it. See, over time, it's like you're doing less and less work and get a higher return. Where everything else we're doing that is selling us is the opposite. Over time, you're spending more and more and getting less and less return. And that's hard on the brain. That doesn't sit right. And you're frustrated. And you're thinking like, man, this is a bummer. I love this, man. This is just so like...
When
But
you
won't
put
you need to put more chips down here?
When I get around to it and have time at my convenience, I will. But it's all at that convenient, easy time, and I'm not. And if I don't, it's okay too.
when do you put the compost on your garden? When at the time of planting?
No, right now I need to get out of there, and it's hard for me to wheelbarrow. So my son's coming up from California, and when he gets here, we're gonna hustle and get it out of there.
Oh, so you just do it when you can do it.
When I can do it. And this is what I love about this way to live, because I used to live under stress.
And
When
time
I used
constraints.
to come out in my garden in April, because that's when you got to plant, and it's like this, standing mud. And out with the tiller sloshing and all this. I mean, it's just like nightmare, you know. And in 5 to 7 days, it's solid green with weeds.
That's right.
I'm thinking like, you know, and I'm out there, I'm tilling every few days, and I plant my seeds, and I'm just hoping they come up because I can separate from the weeds. Because it's this insanity. Look at that same space out there. There's no weeds. Same space. What happened? Here's what the Creator told me. I asked him, what's weeds about? He gave me the analogy. He says, weeds to the exposed ground is the same as a scab to your skin. When you break your skin, the tissue below is vulnerable, and your body immediately creates a scab to protect that tissue until the skin heals in. When you take the cover off the ground is vulnerable, and nature covers it with weeds to hold it in place and keep it from blowing away. And now they know that's not exposed.
So they don't
doesn't
grow.
cover it in weeds. I'm talking the same space, same geographical space, same winds blowing across here, because the order's there. And we're talking about, this is inanimate, and it's got a brain. I'm telling you, man, it's way bigger than we realize.
Now you said you put 4 inches on
I don't,
your
I-
garden,
I
but
don't-
you
I-
don't
I-
do that
I
anymore?
don't need to because look how good it is.
Yeah.
Look at the stuff. I have to now because my chickens are making too much, and I gotta get the grade down because they're jumping out of the fence. So I'm being forced at all levels because of my abundance to do it, but I don't need to.
And you're not putting more chips on your garden area either.
Well, those aren't chips. See how
No,
black that
that's
is?
just
all.
compost.
And actually, there's people coming up here with their trucks going to help me get out my chicken pen because their garden's no good. I'm going to have them haul it home from, and they're going to help me get it out of there because I make too much. So at all levels, I have too much, and that's the nature of the Creator. He's abundant. He's good. He's generous. It's all free. It's just so
wonderful.
cool. It is wonderful. And I tell you, man, just and I think of how hard I used to. You know what's so stupid? I used to take my rocks out of my garden because they were in my way of my tiller. You know what rocks are?
Minerals.
Minerals, concentrated minerals. Again, it's just so insane how we think,
Yeah.
And we're told in school you can't grow stuff in rocks. Ever drive through the mountain passes, notice the beautiful trees growing out of rock? On the side of a hill,
True.
that no water's being held, and they're totally green and healthy.
Yeah.
Duh! And again, it's just, we're not paying attention. We went and read books from people who don't know anything, and we believe the lie when we don't. It's in our face. We don't get it.
Yeah, well, they were taught by somebody else.
Somebody
who was
else.
taught by somebody else,
And again,
it just
whoever was being
perpetuates.
taught weren't looking,
Yeah.
because it's not what is evident all around you. So, man, I just chucked all the books away, check in with the Creator, and just start laying stuff down, and just take a break and let it all work, because it just doesn't need me.
The only trees that you don't plant in this orchard then are cherry trees, but you've got plum, pear, apple. What else do you have in your orchard?
That's it. Plum, pear, and apple.
Oh, okay.
And I have figs over there, and in Squim because it's warmer. I'm growing apricots and peaches.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we noticed coming from Gig Harbor, all of a sudden the sky opened up.
Yeah, and see, like I'm 600 feet, but I'm 80 feet down there, and it's amazing. Just 11 miles down the road, I'm growing hot peppers, tomatoes, peaches, apricots, figs that I can't hear.
You have another parcel of land that you work to?
Yeah, and that if you saw the film, that's all rock. It's a riverbed, total rock you could never till, and it dries out. And the grass gets in end of June. It's totally brown because it's so dry there, and I got everything thriving, no water, all in wood chips. It's just so cool, and all we do is just cover it. See, all the rocks there are great mineral deposits.
Do you grow your potatoes here or on that property?
No, I grow it down here. And I grow some of my chicken pen. I have them. They're coming up right now, and wherever I want, I grow up. But I have such an abundance. So you see it again. It's the challenge to deal with it all because it grows so well and you have so much. And I've been growing potatoes in the same place for 26 years.
I love that idea. I grew some at my house, and it was blight within a year. Didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's because the soil was not nourished.
You took the cover off.
Huh?
You took the cover off
Yeah,
the soil.
absolutely.
And again, it's just when you think about it, all living organisms have protective coverings, and we take the cover off the living organism, and we think we're doing the right thing, and then you see the results. Immediately, it compacts, turns to dust, blows away. It's so brain dead, how and we just like parrots just keep doing over because this is what we're told, and it doesn't work. You look at the Midwest. I mean, they had 8 to 12 feet of topsoil when we came here 200 years ago. There isn't 8 inches today because it's all blown and washed away with cultivation. And they're still doing it. This isn't working. We're losing our planet.